Okay. Hope everyone can hear me. Gonna try something different today. Gonna build some custom shop shelves live. It should be fun. Recently we finished the other side and that was made into a short. It's not done yet. Next, let's try this. One sec. It should be fun. Recently we finished. Hey, sorry about that. Anyways, let's try that one more time. Today we're going to try to finish the last set of shop shelves. We finished those and those. Figured why not try to do this live, because that one was long form. That one's made into a short. It's just not quite done yet. So do you want to see what it takes to make these into custom shop shelves? And we can do that live today. Here is what we're planning on making it into. And that is what we just finished. So I have not prepped anything. All I've done is clean it off and we can begin. First thing we need to do is make this flush, and that'll be done by using some 2x4s. Probably need something in the back here, and then we will need little blocks for behind for the hinges. So first thing we need to do is measure this, and I'm Canadian, so everything's in millimeters, so 81.2 centimeters. Here, let's get a better camera angle. There we go. That should capture it more of it, so we're not always doing that. Now we'll try to pay attention to chat. And I apologize for the loud noises. I'm wondering if I should mute every time, because yeah, it will be loud. Is there an easy way to mute? Yes, I believe I can hit this. One sec. Nope, that doesn't work. Okay. I can easily hit this. Okay, one done. This one looks like it's 81 centimeters. I'm gonna try just leaving the sound on and see. Okay, now the last one. 80.8. Hopefully this one's long enough. It is. That worked out well. Now that that's done, we can screw this all in. If you're wondering about these cabinets, they have been filmed, just not edited quite yet. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And the shop's kind of in disarray. That's what happens when you rip apart all your shelves and your storage. So I'm not sure where everything is right now, but so it might just take a little while to find some things. Is it sounding okay? Yeah, see how loud that was with the saw. It's tolerable. Okay, that's all I needed to know. They're all different sizes. Oh, that was 80.8. Do that one. Okay, that part's done. Now I need to figure out where I'm going to be putting the hinges. I already have a template made from all the other ones, so I can use that to mark it out. And all I do is head to the ground, raise it up just a little bit so it won't scrape across the ground. Mark where my hinges are going to be. And for this size of door, we do have to do 4 hinges. Okay, So now I need a bunch of chopped up 2x4s. Unfortunately, I have rope. No, I have a couple of scraps here. Okay, turn down your mics. This gets a little bit loud. Okay. That should be all of that. So, I can move this over here now. Okay. So basically what I need to do now is put these blocks where the hinges are going to be, because the 2x4 isn't quite wide enough for screwing in without the extra block with 2x4s, because they're only 1.5 inches. And it's a lot easier to do it when you pre-screw these. Now I'm hoping to do this whole build in one video. I don't know if it'll be possible just because of battery life, etc. I think I'll have enough time. I have to be done in about 7 hours, but I think that'd be enough time. My only concern is edge banding. It's not hard, but it takes a while with how many pieces we have to do. But yeah, here's the hoping we can get it done in one video. If not, I can start over again on Monday, and as tomorrow I am busy all day. Nope. Now you have to make sure these boards aren't sticking out too far. Otherwise, when you go to cover it, it can cause issues. This one. Okay. So now, first thing I like to do is make the actual door. That way I know how big the trim pieces are going to be. Yes, you could do everything else, but this way I just find it easier. Make the door, set the door how you want, and then build around it. It just seems to work. So with that said, first thing we need to do is measure how big the door is going to be. On these, a little bit of overhang. Goes up about 1.5 inches and goes in roughly 1 inch. So to the ground, let's do an inch above. So it looks like in centimeters, 186.5. And then the width we're gonna go with hangs about that to there. 86. It looks like we're gonna do maybe 85 is a better call. Let's do 85. That's tricky. Let's do 85. I also just realized that I kind of want the door to open this way. So that means I would need to move these to this side because having it open this way would be a pain. So yeah, I quickly need to mark where these are going to be and then move them over. Yeah, I made a mistake. So again, down to the floor and just up a little. And all I'm doing here is just doing the blocking for in behind so that it has something to attach to. Apologize for the loud noises. Ooh, too far. Okay. I have to make some new holes. Now, the people that recommend doing something like this, if you care about how your shop looks, if you're doing YouTube, that's the main reason why we're doing it, just so that our stuff isn't always out in view. And honestly, it's not that hard or that expensive, so it's definitely worthwhile. But yeah, if you have these types of shelves, I do recommend this. I haven't seen anybody else do this, so it's kind of cool. But I'm not saying no one else has, I just haven't seen it. Might have to make new blocks because all these keep poking through because they already are screwed in. So I'm going to quickly make 3 new blocks. Sorry for the noise, just give me 1 sec. It's gonna be loud. Well, I'm glad I realized this before it was too late. That would have sucked. Oh, it didn't take long to make the first mistake. The one nice thing about not doing live is you have time to think about it, take your time. Live, you're trying to make it entertaining, get the job done, especially today because I'm on a time crunch. So, if you're just joining, basically we're upgrading the shop shelves. I have a full-length video on it. We just finished the other side. That's going to be a short when I edit it. And I figured since we've done a short, let's try a live. It is the last one we need to do. And for any of you who's not new to the channel and you're wondering why I haven't posted in about 2 months, I've really enjoyed building lately. I have about 5 videos filmed, none edited. And have about 10 shorts done. But yeah, basically I've just really enjoyed building lately, so that's what it is. And eventually I'll get into the editing mood. Then it'll be endless videos. Okay, that's done. The next part is actually cutting out the door. So there's the melamine, and there's what the shelves will look like. Now, I believe I said 186.5. Yep, 186.5, and I think it was 85. Yeah, 85 will work. Okay. So the first thing I like to do, trim off the edge. Melamine always has, here I can show you, in case you're new to this. Melamine always has these ragged edges, and they make it slightly bigger than a 4x8 sheet so that you can cut it off. So let's go ahead and do that first. My track up here. Now, this track saw probably the best tool that I've ever gotten woodworking. If you don't have a track saw, I might even recommend it over a table saw, believe it or not. I use this more than the table saw now. Okay, so let's keep it square. If I can find anything, because everything's all over the place right now because of all the shop upgrades we've been doing. Here we go. Now, just to keep it equal, I like to use this. Make sure that I'm actually cutting off all the no good material. There you go. When one end moves, the other end always moves. So you have to go back. Okay, we should be good there. Need earplugs. Again, it's going to be loud soon. I apologize, but I don't want to keep muting. I'll just end up forgetting that I'm muted or something. So, yeah. I'm going to take out my earplugs and use my AirPods just because I don't like the way earplugs sound, and these seem to work really well for blocking out noise. There you go, much better. Okay, what do I do with the pencil? There it is. Now we need to cut off the strip along the top. So let's do that with the other track. The nice thing about this track is I have one of those squares attached to it, so I don't need to measure anything like that. And in case you're new, melamine, very dusty. I actually recommend wearing a mask. But yeah. Okay. We now have two clean edges. So we can cut out our door. And that was 186.5 centimeters. 186.5. And the width was, we'll do the width first. 85? Yeah, it was 85. There's 85. Here's 85. Now, this cabinet will take 2 sheets of melamine, just because what we're going to be left with. I don't even know what to call it, because it's not really a cabinet, because it's mainly just a cover for shelves. It's just regular garage shelves that you put a cover on it and make it look pretty. It's still just a garage shelves behind it, still just as strong. And I've had those now for, I don't even know how long, several months, and they have held up amazing. So that's why we decided to do all of them. Again, going loud. Turn down your volume or mute for a sec. Okay. Put this to the side for now. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to ask. Don't be shy. Set this to the side for now. We can use this again for a couple of the pieces on the front. Okay, and that's why I cut it lengthways first, so that these are longer, because the door isn't going to be as tall as the trim pieces that we need. So that's the thinking behind that. Now, let's cut the length. Hope everyone's doing well today. Kind of rainy here, a little bit chilly, hence the sweater. Yeah, I hope everybody's having a good Saturday morning. And there's one door. It is a big door because it's too small to have two doors, but it's rather large for one. Haven't done a door this big, but it should be fine. The other ones are pretty large too. If you don't know, melamine is heavy. Okay, let's check it out here. Give you guys a better view. There you go. So yeah, this will be the door. Just have to hang it there. It is a heavy door, hence why you need 4 hinges. May even be better to use 5, but I think I only have 4 hinges left, believe it or not. Bought, I think it was close to 60 hinges 6 months ago, and we are basically out. I think these are the last 4. I don't even think they match. So, now it's time to actually put the hinges in. If you've never done hinges before, they are not that hard. Your best friend is Craig for anything cabinet related. And even though these aren't really cabinets, you still build them the same way. So what we need is my template that I've been using for all of these. And then once I use this template, I actually have to mark out what ends which, because it will matter at that point. Here, I'm going to turn this down a little bit. Maybe too loud. There we go. There, 18 should be good. Okay, so this is going to be the bottom. Top. I don't mind writing on these, it wipes right off. And so the hinges are going on that side. So we need to do it from that side. Oh, but it's also backwards. Yes. So this is correct. So we want it a little bit up from the bottom. I've already done that so I can make the bottom flush because that's what I was going off of. And then just simply make a mark. If you're having problems with the volume, too loud, too quiet, let me know. I can adjust it. That's awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying. If there's any problems with the volume, yeah, just let me know. I'm about 20 thumbs making teapots. Oh, making tea puts me at a high risk of setting the kitchen on fire. That's awesome. Funny story. I've actually lit a kitchen on fire. I don't know if you know this or not, but I have 3rd-degree burns on my arm. So yeah, I know where you're coming from. Okay, so it's time for Craig, my best friend. So we need the hinge. Then we need, what else? I'll need my drill. Let's go with the big drill. Okay, we'll need the little one to make the holes for the hinges. Okay, I think that's basically it. I need to move these over so I can clamp it down. Be right back, have to grab some clamps. Okay. I know this might not be the usual fast pace, but this is what it actually takes to make this stuff. I realize on YouTube, when it's edited, it's like 15 minutes of nonstop action. But this is the real deal. So, I'll give you guys a close-up look so you can tell what's going on. With pocket hole, not pocket holes, I apologize. With placing hinges, you basically mark a line where you're gonna put your hinge. All right. And then if you're using the Craig system, which is my favorite, you'll see a 0 right there. And there's also a little mark on the inside right there, as well as there. You just line that up. Simply line that up. Grab your clamps. And I like to lightly clamp the first one. Oh, that clamp's not big enough. Be right back. That clamp wasn't big enough, and this one's huge. Here, let's switch sides so you can see better. There's a massive one on this side. I do have smaller ones, they're just more irritating to use. Okay. The other thing you need to know, I guess I should mention this, you see these dials? When you order your hinges, it'll tell you how far back it needs to be set back. Craig is done in metric, so millimeters. So it's easy for me because I'm Canadian. My setback is 5 mils. So I just set to 5. There's a little square notch on the back here. I can show you. It's exactly 5 mils. See these little squares? Just pushes up against there. And then once you have those lined up, clamp them down, and you have it set to the right depth, you simply attach this piece. I don't know what you can see. Attach this to your drill. Here, let's make sure you have a decent view. I'll zoom out just a bit now. There you go. Attach this to your drill. There we go. Simply set this down in place and then twist it on. Oh, what's going on? What is going on? 1 second. Am I bending it or something? What's going on here? Never had this issue before. There we go. Twist it into place and then basically just screw down. And then pop this off. Grab your vacuum, which I need to go get, sorry. And then simply do this. And then you have one last step you need to do. Here, I'll move this so you can see. There's 2 little holes here. That's what your concealed hinge actually screws into. That's too big. So I'm going to be using a 5/64 bit, and make sure you don't go all the way through. Some people use tape. I've done this so many times that I don't bother. You don't really need to go that deep. Just make sure you don't go all the way through. And there you go. One done. Now I will do the other 3. Oop. Lost the mic there for a second. Okay. Excuse me just 1 sec, need a drink. Okay, let's keep going. That's how long it takes to do a concealed hinge. Not difficult at all. First few times I was nervous, but Craig makes it so simple that honestly it's pretty tough to mess up. The only time I messed up is putting the hinges on the wrong end, because once you mark where your hinges are, odds are it's not the same top and bottom. So if you don't put it the right orientation, it won't fit correctly. Oop. Now, the worst part about this whole job, by far, of doing this is the edge banding. Now, technically, you don't have to edge band everything, but I do. I don't know, it just makes me feel better. Even the tops. Yeah. Edge banding is not hard, but it is tedious when every single piece you cut, you need to do at least 4 sides. Okay. Oh, I still need to do the hole, or did I do it? I'm not sure, so let's just do it just to make sure. No, I have not. So, that's done. Nice and easy. I highly recommend, if you're building cabinets or installing doors, anything Craig. They are not that expensive. They last a long time. Yes, they're plastic, but they still last. I've had no issues with any of my Craig equipment. I'm not sponsored by Craig, but I do like their stuff. Okay. Well, I guess I should leave that, because now we have to actually install the hinges. Okay, these are 2 different sets, because that's all I have. They are just regular concealed hinges, Euro hinges, some people call them. They are nothing special, but I've had no issues with just ordering large packs of hinges from Amazon. The only thing I've ever had a problem with is under mounting drawer slides. I bought some from Amazon and they were absolutely garbage. And if you've seen any of my videos, for over a year now, we have had an entryway build part 1. It's going to be a 3-parter. It's technically done, but the undermount drawer slides make it so it's basically unusable. So I need to order new slides, build new drawers, and all that kind of stuff. I've just been so demotivated from that. So it would have been a lot better just to spend some more money to get better undermount hinges like Bloom or something. That's the reason why there's only a part 1. It is technically done. I could show you guys. It is very nice. It's just the drawer slides are basically unusable. Oh yeah, I'll bring you in close for this one, just to show you. Okay, here we go. So, concealed hinge fits in here. There's 2 little pilot holes. You simply put this in here, and if you have those 2 holes lined up, you're good. They come with their own screws. Most people do this by hand. And for your first few times, I do recommend it because you can over tighten it and then you're basically pooched. Well, not completely pooched, but it won't hold as much. So tighten it a little bit, do this side, tighten it a little bit. There we go. One completely done. And then you pop these off and we will install those on the actual shelves in a minute. Okay. Again, if there's any problem with the sound, I realize sometimes it's loud. There's nothing I can really do about that. But if there's an actual problem with the sound, let me know. Now I think I'm gonna have to keep these separate, so the top ones, I'll have to remember how the screw in it because they are different. I don't think it's gonna cause an issue. We'll see. That's the last 4 hinges I have, so I didn't realize it till today. But they should be the same. I'm not that worried. They're the same type of hinges. I just don't think they're the same brand. Now, if anybody's actually watching, I'm curious, what makes you want to watch live compared to edited videos? Because obviously live is easier for us. No editing. The only way it's more challenging is if you have to talk to everybody, read messages, all that kind of jazz. I am new to doing live. I tried a live stream before and the sound was all messed up and I played uncopyrighted music, but I still got a strike. Well, not really a strike, but got demonetized, so I took it down. Wanted to try it again because these were long form. Those ones were done as short. Might as well try this live since it's just a small one. I think I can get it done in a day, depending on battery life, because everything is mobile. Okay, we are done there. Next, I need to attach these onto there. And the best way to do that, believe it or not, actually, is to mount these back on. And then hole punch where the door actually goes. The actual easiest way is to use my template. But, so what I'm actually gonna do is attach one to the top. We can hang it off that one, have the other ones loose, and just mark where it's actually gonna go. That would probably be the easiest. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. Oh, we actually got an answer here. Oh, sorry. Let's see here. Oh, I'm a nerd too, and I definitely game. Yeah, you're welcome to hang out. I will chat as much as I can. I do have to come over here to read it. I agree with you. I've watched a couple lives. I prefer them just because you see everything. Here, let's get up close for this. And you also get to know the person better. Like editing, you can edit who you are. When it's live, not so much. So I just need to grab some screws. So here's the plan. I'm gonna mount this, and I already know from doing all the other ones that it basically lands right in the seams where I need to put the screws. So mount this like that, and then the rest I'll actually mark exactly where it needs to go. If it's slightly taller or shorter, it's not the end of the world. So yeah. Okay. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I will say this, I have not seen anybody else do this. It is something I came up with myself. I got sick of seeing all of my stuff in my videos, so we started with that. Then we did that, which we weren't going to because we were going to change up the way the whole shop is. And I also have a video on these cabinets, which are pretty cool. Again, not edited and completely original. Isn't that kind of cool? Yes, it comes down a little, it's completely safe, and that was part of the plan because I knew having all the hinges on the one side would be a problem. This side opens normally, but haven't finished yet, nothing's organized. Just been doing a lot of building and no editing. But basically, I have no idea how to make plans for something like this, and everybody's shop shelves are different, so it's basically something you just do. And yeah. I've got some messages here as well. Well, that's awesome. And thank you. I'm sorry all the seasoned workers have passed. What do you mean behind the miter saw? So that's another video. I just got sick of looking at ugly walls, so I will be building cabinets here. That's why it's not all the way, but basically the whole wall looked like that. We ended up doing 1/4 inch birch plywood, staining it black. Then I made 2x4s into those little slabs and stained them into, oh, I forget what it's called. There's a name for it. And basically did that. All this will be covered up once we're done this shop shelf. And then basically I just need to make that wall look pretty, that wall look pretty, and then we have a couple other builds and the shop's done, and it's time to actually do what her name's called, we Reno, and start doing some renovations in the house. I just wanted to get the shop done. I hope that answers your question. Okay, let's try hanging this. It's a heavy, heavy, heavy door. And I will need my punch. I can mark where the screws are gonna go. Then again, maybe I can just hang it. Let's try just hanging it first. If that doesn't work, then I'll use the punch. And then once I know it all works, then we'll edge band it, and then we'll start doing the trim. Oops, this is the top. Okay, melamine is not light. I'm guessing this, I honestly don't know, but I'd say close to 50 pounds. So yeah, it can be a challenge. Okay, so that's hooked in. It should be able to hold the door. Not pretty, but definitely can. And then we should be able to screw these in. Okay. Now I'm going to do the bottom first so I can kick it out just a little bit. Now, if you are curious, I do have a full-length video on this. It doesn't go into too much detail just because everybody's is different and I'm just winging this. No one else is doing this, so I had to go off of learning it all myself. And then the door probably won't close because it's up tight against it, so you have to mess with the hinges a little bit. They adjust, so you pull them away a bit, but there's a chance it'll work right off the hop, but unlikely. And if I, which I didn't do, adjust the hinges first, I'll have to move the hinges and then adjust it. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, it's tearing out that spot. So yeah, what you do in that case is you grab your screwdriver. It's not a 12, oh yeah, it is a 12-inch miter. I apologize. It is a 12-inch miter. Absolutely love it, works great. So for those of you who don't know, I will show you how to adjust these. There's always 3 adjustments. Here, we'll go with the bottom one. There we go. It's always 3 adjustments. Some of them only have 2 and you just adjust the hinges there. These have 3, the 2 on the top anyways. Up and down, you can see it going up and down maybe. Oh, my hand's in the way. Oh, here we go. You'll see it go up and down, right? And then you have bringing it out this way with this, which is not the one we need. You can see it moving. And then we have the one we need. Hopefully it's not set all the way out already this way. Otherwise I'm gonna have to move the hinge. So let's find out. And, oh, wrong size. One sec, I have to grab a different screwdriver. There we go. And yeah, so I think it is almost all the way. There's a good chance I'm gonna have to move these. Anyways, you see how that's done. Let's go back out and see if I can fix this. And no, I did not do the wall in walnut. That is way too expensive. To give you an example, this board of walnut is $75 Canadian. It's insane. Wood is nuts right now. I just bought 22 by 4s for $100. So yeah, wood right now is absolutely nuts. Now all that is in Canadian dollars, but still, it is crazy how expensive things are right now. Oh, that one came out. These ones are cheaper hinges, so they don't rotate. You have to loosen them, pull them, and then tighten it down. So they're not nearly as good. I regret buying these ones. They still work, but not as good. So my goal is just to get it working. Doesn't have to be perfectly lined up. as of right now. Okay. Oh, this corner's cracked. Awesome. And so that's good. It looks pretty good. Let me grab some measurements. From the 2x4, we are 2 3/4. 2.5. So it is going that way quite a bit, which I can adjust. So for that, we would bring this in. Bring this in. And then we could bring these out a bit. And that can happen just because the actual 2x4, probably crooked, may not have been put in perfectly straight, and also wood moves over time. So it's not a huge deal. It's easily fixed as long as you're in the ballpark. Now let's see. Quarter. And pretty close. Huh. Now the top is, oh, I see why. Yeah, so 2. Okay, so just a little bit more for the bottom. Oh, I'm not sure if you guys can even see what I'm doing. Okay. Let's bring the bottom out just a bit more. And that should do it. Awesome. Now, I don't know if this is even level. Let's take a look here. But basically what I'm trying to get at is, it really doesn't matter. I think it is. No, it's not. So it does slant down. But we will cover that up. So I'm not even that worried. Now, with this one, shelves are a bit different than the other ones, so we will have to put a little block here. Maybe not there, but we definitely will down here, just so the sheet has something attached to. So what I'm thinking for this, you're asking what the dimensions of the walnut? So the reason why that piece was so expensive is S4S, and I can tell you the dimensions. I know you're going to tell me I overpaid, but it was S4S, and I don't have a planer right now. I will as of tomorrow. It is 7 1/4 by 33 3/4. I believe it's 3/4. Yeah, it's 3/4, just over 3/4. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Okay. So what I want to do in this build, but it's not possible, is just to get everything cut and installed. The reason why it's not possible is I have to edge band. I can't mount it, then edge band. The door I can. I'm going to leave that. And so yeah, next part. Let's make this piece. Just debating if I should, or do this trim piece first. Let's do, yeah, so I can show you some of the challenges, but in the end, it shouldn't really be an issue. So if you look, the bottom is touching, the top is not. So what that tells me is this is not level. And that just happens over time. And I don't think I was that particular. So yeah, it's not level. It needs to be like that. So one option is I can unscrew these and make it level. But honestly, I'm not that worried about it. I think I'm just gonna leave it, put some wedges in, not wedge the bottom. It's not a big deal. This, again, is purely aesthetics. All the function comes from these. These are sturdy as hell. I've had no issues. So yeah, let's just use wedges. Okay, let's grab some measurements here. Oh, sorry. So first thing, I guess I need a little chunk of melamine. There we go. And the reason for that is I need to measure off of it. It's gonna be loud. Lower your volume, mute it for a sec if you need. Basically what I'm looking for is to measure off of the back of here. So the top will be 70.5 centimeters. And the bottom, easy enough because it's touching, will be, oh yeah, it's way off. Looks like 68.2. So that was 70.5 and 68.2. Keep losing my pencil. In here. Oh, it's on the table. Okay, 70.5 and 68.2, I believe it was. I'll double check. $68.2, yep. So the reason for that is I want my outer piece to cover up the seam and the seam to be on the end. And by measuring it that way, it will go to the back of there. Okay. Oh, I think I can finally throw out this hinge template. There's literally no more that I would need it for. That's exciting. So, to break up the monotony, I want to give you guys a quick show of what I was talking about with the entryway. Oh, sorry. So yeah, that is the video that is not done. The problem is these drawer slides suck and they barely work. But we're using it. I just need to actually finish it and re-edit it. That's the boot rack that we did a long time ago. And that's pretty much all I want to show you in there for now. And yeah, like I said, we got this video, we got the wall video. I've got a zero clearance insert video to do. I made one of those out of curly maple. Made a couple of them actually. And I got this video. This is a gift that's going out tomorrow. A little bird feeder. And yeah, I've definitely been hard at work. It's just not showing on YouTube. Okay, back to building. All right, we need to clear this off. Well, that sucks. Here, it's actually really done well. I've had no issues buying S4S. It's just the cost. It's insane. And the unfortunate part is, nearest place to get hardwood and good wood is almost a 2-hour drive for me. So it's not fun. It's basically the only place I can get it. Okay. Don't think we can use this piece. I don't think we will be. So I'll get rid of that. Now, I am excited to keep working on the shop, but I'm more excited to start working on the house. If you don't know me, I only started YouTube a couple years ago. I started YouTubing and learning how to woodwork at the exact same time. Probably not the smartest thing to do, but it was definitely a challenge learning, but it was also fun. One thing I love about it is you can learn to do anything from YouTube itself. Okay. The other thing that's great about the track saw, we have 2 different measurements. I can do that with this. Simply measure the top, measure roughly where the bottom's gonna be, and you're good. It looks like we have some questions. Yeah, I'm not sure. If it depends on the site. There are a couple of Canadian wood stores that do offer it free if you spend over $250, which isn't very much. I haven't tried doing that yet. I've looked at it, but yeah, have not tried yet. Okay, let's see here. What are the measurements again? I wrote them down. Well, whatever I wrote down is definitely wrong. Oh no, it's not. We're doing the big side. I can't even use this little one. Not yet anyways. Daydreaming. We need a full sheet. My measurements are right. I was just daydreaming and think we needed a little strip. Okay, let's put this over there. Right here should be fine. Okay, let's grab a full sheet. Here, I'll give you guys a better view and make it so the camera's not in the way. So we just want to drink first. Okay, fun part, full sheet of melamine. Now, with melamine, they're actually bigger than 4x8s. They're probably the heaviest wood that you deal with, and the reason why they're bigger than 4x8s is the edges always get chipped off. That's why I don't mind dragging it. So what I do when I'm by myself, lift it up, set it on my toe, and then just simply whoop. Normally, Shay is helping. She's working today. So it's just me. If there's one thing I can recommend, find a partner that enjoys doing the same thing you do. It's been a blessing. She has stepped back a little bit. One sec. Yeah, it's definitely Makita. I was looking at a Milwaukee one. They were double the cost, but they're identical. So why would I do that? Right, so again, we're gonna trim off an edge. Do it from that side. I do prefer Milwaukee, but when it comes to, if it does the exact same thing for half the cost, I'm gonna do it. Need my little gauge. Tape the cut line, then you have clean. I agree 100%. If this was for, let's say, a customer, a friend, something like that, I would 100% tape this. The reason for that is you get cleaner cuts. I do have a little thing on the saw that helps because melamine loves to chip when you're cutting. But there is this little attachment here. It sits right up against your cut. It helps. It doesn't eliminate it. What really helps, if you really care, all you need is this foam backing. When you make a cut, it's up against it. It doesn't chip on the underside. So if you make everything the face that's showing and cut everything that you want showing down, you'll have clean cuts. Only in the inside you'll have some jagged edges, if that's the way you want to go. It's almost warm enough now to take the sweater off. Okay. Also, the reason why I don't care, this is for shop shelves. When I put the edge banding on and sand it, you pretty much can't see it. There's only a few spots you can tell. And we also have this little stick thing that's for melamine. It covers up any cracks, chips, anything like that. All right, going loud. I'd recommend turning down your volume. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's the next thing I want to get into is 3D printing. Seems like Bamboo Labs keeps giving everybody one that's on YouTube, so I've contemplated contacting them. Have not done so. I've been learning non-stop since I started this about 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago. August will be 2 years. It's been part-time, gonna be full-time soon. Yeah. And basically the point I'm trying to get across is, sorry, I keep getting distracted, is the whole time been learning something new. It's been challenging to learn Oh God, where do you begin? SketchUp. How to learn SketchUp, how to learn how to edit, how to learn how to woodwork. There's so many things. And it's been challenging but fun. And I just don't know if I'm ready to learn 3D printing because it's another thing that I'd have to learn. Right now, I'm kind of on a roll with building and I've been enjoying it. Okay. 70.5 and 68.2, but I need to know the height first so I know roughly where to end. And there will be an overhang. So we will be going roughly, how much of an overhang is it? Roughly 2 inches. So we will be going to 78 and a half, looks like. And I do flip-flop between inches and centimeters, if you haven't noticed. If I need to be exact, I always use centimeters. It's just more accurate. If I need a ballpark, I use inches. Now I know 99%, well, not even 99%, a lot of people use imperial inches. I would choose metric every time. It's a lot easier to figure out 1.3 plus 6.2 compared to 7 and 1/64 and 1 2/3. Yes, it's possible. It's just easier. I think it was 68.2 if I remember. It was. Oh, we got messages. Okay. I tried learning SketchUp, but did it on a touchscreen laptop. I'll wait till I have a desktop set up before I continue. I can't find that many lessons, free versions, so I draw. I agree. I've always drawn. The only reason why I learned SketchUp is so that I could build plans. This table, there's plans for it on Etsy and Coffee, I think it's called, Coffee. The miter station, the upper cabinets when they're done. And sometimes on complicated builds, it is nice, but me, I'd rather just sketch it out. It's so much easier. Okay, 68.2. And there isn't that many tools for learning it. Oh, I do need to do this end, forgot about that. So let's do that right now. SketchUp, once you get the hang of it, isn't that hard if you're doing basic things. Basically, you just do the dimensions you need and then pull it out as far as you need. "100% agree with you." The problem is, when I originally built the outfeed table, it was all in centimeters, metric. And then I did the plans for it in metric, and so many people bought the plans and were very upset they're in metric. And I had to configure everything to imperial. And unfortunately, things don't always match up perfectly when you're going from metric to imperial. It seems to be working. I've gotten a few pictures of people building it, which is super cool. That was my favorite thing, seeing someone who built this off the plans I designed. So awesome. But yeah, it's a lot of people would disagree with you. They prefer imperial. All right, going loud. And the reason why you'll almost always see me with Apple AirPods in, they automatically mute when it goes loud. It's so nice to have. It's very true. The funny thing is though, in Canada, in carpentry, like actual construction, they all use imperial too. So it's kind of strange that way. Okay, so we trimmed off a little bit, but the measurement will be pretty much the same. So I just need to go off of that. And again, it's slightly on an angle. So that's where a track saw comes in handy. Again, if you're new to woodworking, I honestly would prefer you get a track saw over a table saw. The problem is track saw is honestly a little bit more expensive if you're including the tracks. So I don't blame you if you get a table saw. There's a lot you can do with a table saw, but a track saw is just easier and more accurate in my opinion. And I can't believe I waited this long to get one. Okay, going loud again. Now we need to cut it to length, which was, I forget now, 78.5, I think it was. Yeah, and I think I marked it out. Did I mark it out? Well, let's see if we got the right measurements anyways, where I need them. The top was 70.5 and 68.2. So 70.5, we're perfect there. And then 78.5 down. Are we 68.2? We are not. What happened here? Did I go 68.2 somewhere up here? One sec. Yeah, so 68.2 is right here. That is not long enough. Might have to redo this. Whoops. I must have mixed up where I put my mark, or I was talking and not paying attention. That's more likely. Is it fixable? Oh, I see I'm also have to cut off the bottom trim to get this piece in. Interesting. Okay. And it's actually bigger than that because I was measuring off the trim piece, so I made another mistake. It is 70.5 all the way. 70.5, 70.5. Okay, well, I'll officially have an angled piece of melamine. That was a big whoopsie. So the first thing I'm going to do is trim off the trim piece. One sec. Yeah, it's not fun converting it. So my measurements are all buggered up because of that trim piece on the bottom. So I'm going to grab this oscillating and cut that out. If I can find it, because everything's everywhere. Here we go. Now I'm going to grab a 2x4 and figure out where it will be. That looks close enough. Now, I could cut it around it, but honestly, that's a tough one. What did I do on that side? That side I cut it off. Yeah, we're just gonna cut it off because eventually I'm gonna make this all pretty. So it is fine to do so. Right about there. Going loud. There we go. That should be good. Okay. It's a good thing I have lots of melamine. Whoopsie. Well, basically, hopefully down the road, I need 2 half sheets of melamine because I need to recut this. And that's why you measure twice, cut once. In this case, I thought it was because I was distracted, but in actual fact, I got the wrong measurement, so it didn't matter that I was distracted. And it is 70.5 on both ends. So we do need a new one. Yeah, if you have any questions, etc., let me know. I will answer to the best of my ability. Now, if you have shop shells like this and you care about how they look, I recommend this. It is not expensive. It doesn't take that long. Buy some cheap hinges, a couple of sheets of melamine, and you're good. That's if you already have the tools. If you don't have the tools, then no, don't do this. Because this is one expensive hobby. Thankfully, some of the costs are offset by YouTube and selling plans. If I was doing this just as a hobby, I just wouldn't be doing as big of projects, that's all. Okay, another sheet of melamine. Oh, camera's in the way. Oh, maybe I can squeeze. No, I can't. Sorry. Insulation on my plywood. I'm not sure what you're speaking about. I apologize. Insulation. Oh, are you talking about on the outfeed table? Yes, that is just insulation. Just styrofoam, essentially. It makes it so you get a nice cut on the backside. Because if I actually care what it looks like, it's not for shops. I always make sure that I'm cutting with the good side facing down. Man, normally that works better. I don't know what's going on. And if you were talking about something else, then I'm not sure what you mean, but I'm pretty positive you mean this stuff. And yeah, it's just styrofoam. Makes it so you get nice cuts and you don't have to worry. Essentially, I was using 2x4s and stuff. You just go through so many and it doesn't give you the best cut. And if you don't set up the 2x4s correctly, your blade can bind when you're cutting. Okay, let's try that again. First, let's just cut the end off. Actually, oh, there's a chip here. Darn. Close to not having to cut it. Here, I'll give you guys a better view this time. I'll probably be blocking that side, so there. Going loud. Oh, the bag's full. One sec. Okay. Now, time to correct my silly mistake. Can't believe I did that. And even if it was the right measurements, I don't know what I did. Anyways, going loud. Cut this piece off. Holy, it's already been an hour and a half. Crazy. I appreciate anybody that's watching. I know it's not the greatest thing, and I've always contemplated doing a live build just because of the saws. But with this one, I don't think I need my table saw, and that is by far the worst noise. Is that insulation with your plywood on that shelf? Is that insulation with your plywood on my shelf? I am not sure what you mean, sir. There is no insulation on here, if that's what you mean. I apologize, I just don't think I'm fully understanding. It's an insulated wall, if that's what you mean, just because that goes to the outside, if that's what you mean. I apologize, not trying to be rude. I just don't fully understand what you mean. And if you're talking about that, that is an insulation, that's drywall. But again, I'm not sure what you mean. I apologize. Okay, let's trim this off. Yeah, and you move one end, the other end likely moved. You usually have to do it 2 or 3 times. Okay. All right, going loud again. Give you guys a bit of a better view. Here, I can actually do it on the other end. There you go. Okay, going loud. measure 70.5 on both ends. It doesn't matter where I stop because they are actually the same. Just because I messed up. Okay, sorry. Is that... I see what you're saying. There are ways around that. Like we have a wood burning stove inside, and it obviously goes through insulation. There are ways around it. Sorry, I just want to double check my measurements are right. So I did not want to cut another sheet of melamine. 70.5 it looks like. 7.5. So I'm actually going to cut it slightly short. It would just be better if it was slightly too short. So I'm going to go 70.2. Yeah, right now I'm looking at getting, I forget the name of it, but basically heating cooling unit that you see everywhere on YouTube. Because winter in Canada is terrible, and that's another reason why I'm building, because the weather has been beautiful, and it really sucks working here with a propane heater. It works, but you can't film when the propane heater's running. It's too loud. So basically you heat it up, you work for a bit, and then you heat it up and work for a bit. All right, going loud again. I'm gonna double check because I've been talking again. 70.2. 70.2. Okay, we're good. Okay, going loud. Move that onto there. And now move that onto here. And now we need to cut the length, which was 78.5, I believe. Yeah. $78.5 inches. If you do get a small track, I recommend one of these. I actually have two. I try with a big track. The big track is too big. You still get a slight curve with this. I've never had any issues, and they've always come out 90. So yeah, for a small track, I recommend using one of these squares. Not necessarily that kind, but a square of some kind. I got these because they're cheap and yeah, they work. Okay, track's a little loose. There we go. Okay, going loud. Okay, with that done, hopefully we have one piece done And then have 3 more, and then a bunch of edge bending. All right, first try. Not actually. Let's just hope it fits. That looks good to me. So yeah, this goes in. The door is level, but it comes out at the top. I don't have the patience or the energy to fix all this. It's kind of unnecessary considering this is decoration, not structural. If it was structural, I'd definitely fix it. But yeah, this piece fits. So now we'll need a piece here. We'll need a piece on the other edge. We'll need a piece along the top. This is higher than the other ones. One sec, I want to see if it's too high. It's definitely noticeable. Do I cut off half an inch? Sorry, nice talking with you. I subscribed. Gotta get my stuff done. Yeah, thanks for watching. It was a pleasure having you. Feel free, I'll be here until 5 p.m. my time. It is currently 10:45, so I've got 6 hours, depending if batteries last. If not, I'll charge them up and come back, or until this gets done. But I'm gonna guess it'll take about 4 more hours, depending on how edge bending goes. Okay, so do I want to cut off half an inch? Will that bother me? Will anyone notice that doesn't know? I'm gonna, how high up? Oh, first question is, how high up does this go? From there to there, it's almost 2 inches. I've made this 2.5. I'm gonna cut off half an inch, just because it's not that hard. And then I know it's done. It won't be as noticeable. And yeah, we can move on to the next pieces. Just gonna quickly remove half an inch. Doesn't need to be exact. I will go off of this measurement for the rest of them. Okay. There we go. That might even be a full inch. Done. Now what I need to do is kind of temporarily set this in place. So what I'm going to do is put in a couple of finishing nails. Just to hold it in place so that I can use it to measure off of. This is not final or anything like that. It is just temporary. Mainly so I can measure the height for the next pieces. Okay. Just need a drink 1 sec. So, there's a pencil. Next ones, I'm not going to be going right off the ground. I don't want it soaking up the moisture, but I do put the edge banding on, so it helps with that. We are looking at 197.5 to get the exact same measurement. It's a little higher, so we're going to go 198. Yeah, we'll go 198. So 198, that's centimeters. And the depth is almost exactly 13, but we don't want it right up against it. That will cause issues. And this isn't fully in place yet. So, this is where it gets tricky. 12.2, I want to go with. It's tricky. These are all out of whack. I think 12.2 is the best bet, so let's go with that. Worst case, we make another one. Lots of scraps. Hope everyone's enjoying. I don't know how many people are watching. I'm not paying attention. Just trying to build live. I realize probably not the most entertaining thing. I realize it's probably super annoying having the saws and stuff going. And yeah, I get seeing it, the edited version, a lot more entertaining. But some people like to see how it actually all happens. Okay. I guess I can do it on this side. Let's move this over here. This is more than thick enough. So is this one though. Let's use the smaller of the two because I can use it for both. Oh, I don't need this, I need this. Okay, width is 12.2. Now, there's one thing you need to pay attention to when you're using a track saw. Track saw does cut perfectly up against the line, but if you cut it the way I'm about to, you will be cutting short because of the curve of the blade. So what you want to do is your good piece should always be on the side of this and not your cutting side. Your cut off piece should always be on this side. So we will turn this around. Now, it's not a very big difference, but if you need exact, it definitely matters. Could I get away with it in this case? Absolutely. But let's just do it correctly. And I like to cut the actual pencil mark in half. Okay. We are good. Okay, going loud. That should be the right width. Let's double check that. Here, I'll just do a super wide angle. There we go. Won't move the camera for a bit. And I'll be using my miter station to make these cuts, as it is now narrow enough. Oh, I won't be able to see what I'm doing. So, can I... let's go like that for now. There you go. Clear off this. Will I be needing these? I don't think so. Hang this off of here. Okay. Let's just cut the length now, because I'm pretty sure it's the right width. Where did I have it again? 198. I'm going to double check. Nope, it definitely wasn't that. Oh, it was 198. Okay. Yeah, I have to cut that end off. So we go from here. Pencil. Excuse me. 198. Okay, that will definitely work. This will go up a little. Heck yeah, that's almost perfect. Dang near. I'll give you guys a better view. So I need a little gap for the door. Keep that in mind, so I don't want it flush. And with this butted up there, nice little gap. Keep in mind we're going to be putting edge banding on both, so that'll add a mil or two. And yeah, so that's good. Now I need to measure. Let's do the other corner piece and then in between. If you have any questions, what's going on, etc., we're just building the last set of shop shelves. So those were done live. No, sorry. That was a long form video. That's a short, just hasn't been edited. And I figured I'd do a live for this one. It's just regular shop shelves that you make pretty. That's basically all it is. This one has by far the biggest door. It's almost double the size of the other ones, but I think it'll work. Okay, butted up against there, we are looking at, to have a little gap, 6.5 centimeters. Yeah, 6.5 is looking where, might be a little bit too big of a gap. The top at 6.5, the bottom's a little different. So let's do 6.4 and 6.7. 6.3 and 6.7. 6.3 and 6.7. Give you guys a different camera angle. Can't really do a fisheye lens, which sucks. Okay. There we go. And I will need to know the height since they're two different measurements, so it will matter where it ends. So it looks like we're doing the same 198. So the first thing I'm going to do is the length. At 198. Okay. Then we were 6.3 and 6.7. It doesn't matter which end is which. Six 6.3 and 6.7. 6.7. Okay, so this is too narrow. So what you do in that case is, oh man, this is acting funny. Never had this many issues with this. Okay. If you want to cut on the proper side, which I just mentioned, you just grab another piece. It can even be a couple of scrap pieces. Then your track can sit on it. Okay, we're good on this end. I think we're close on this end. Yep. Okay. Oh, this is full again. It's one thing about melamine, a lot of dust. For anyone that's joining, I just want to let you know I'm not muting the saw noises, and it is about to go loud. Double check everything's lined up. That looks good. That's good. Okay. Okay, going loud. have the measurement for the length, I mean. You guys can't see what I'm doing. One sec. So it was 198, if I'm not mistaken. I think this mark is 198, and it is. If you have a miter saw, build a miter station. You don't need to build mine. I don't care about which one. Just build a miter station. It makes a world of difference. It speeds up everything when you need to make repeatable cuts. It's so handy. Is it the world's most accurate tool? No, but is it good enough for 99% of people? Absolutely. Okay, going loud. Turn down your volume or mute for a second. Okay, let's check this piece. And that is a pretty good fit. It's a little snug at the top, but that is not bad. You can definitely work with it. Let me see if I have the wrong end up. Nope. See how that doesn't even go in? So yeah. Nothing is straight when it comes to houses. So this wall could be bent, this could be a little way, that could be off, who knows. But I am happy with that. I wish I went a little more in there, but the door should open and close no problem. And that's all I really care about, because no one will even notice that. Okay, that is good. One piece left, then edge banding, and then attach it all. Oh, plus a handle. Hope everyone's enjoying. It's definitely different doing it live, I'll say that. It's too bad Shay wasn't here. She doesn't do the greatest on camera, so I don't know if she would do live. She's very nervous still. I do most of this. She works really hard at her job, so I do most of this. But my favorite thing is by far working with her, and I hope she continues to do it. If not, I don't blame her. She has a lot on her plate. Okay, 85.5 is what it's looking like. 85.5 total height. Raise this off the ground a little. We're looking at 11. And this side is way different. Whew. How is that side 11? This side's looking like 9 centimeters. Yeah, this side's 11. Let me take a step back and take a look. Something's not right. So yeah, that's not level. I don't know if it's a shelf. Shelf's a little bit off. I think I already knew that. I think I checked that earlier. So I'm gonna make this a couple centimeters shorter. Yeah, let's make it a centimeter shorter. If I cut off the bottom and make it shorter, that will make the gap bigger up here. So yeah, I'll cut her off the bottom. And we're gonna go 1.5 centimeters. Okay, going loud. I know you guys can't see what's going on, but turn down your volume. I like that gap better too. That worked. Okay, so tape measure I put where? Here it is. If you're ever a woodworker, it's the number one thing. You lose everything you're using. I'm sure that's true with anything. Like I used to be a pipe fitter, steam fitter, pipe fitter, and I'd always lose all my tools. Well, not lose them, but you set them down when you're doing something, and then you just don't know where you set it down. Same thing with this. Tape measure and pencil, they just magically disappear. We are gonna go with 99.1 centimeters and 9.3. Yeah, 9.1, 9.3 with a total width. I think I already got that measurement, but we'll double check it. 9.1, 9.3 by, oh yeah, 85.5. Let's write that down. 9.1, 9.3 by 85.5. Okay, let's do that now. How's everyone doing today? If you have questions, feel free to ask. I will answer as soon as I see it. And as long as you're respectful, I will answer any question, personal, etc. Yeah, hope you're learning. Hope you're having fun. This is what it's really like to build this. Obviously, filming makes it a lot harder. Probably be close to done if I wasn't filming. But I enjoy filming. The only part of all of this I'm not the biggest fan of, and I'll be completely honest, is editing. Editing is a challenge, and it wears on me. I'm not the greatest at editing. I'll be the first to admit that. Which also makes it difficult because it's harder for me to do, and my end result is not usually what I hope it would be. But I do enjoy it. But I enjoy building more. Okay, 9.3. So that's what I wanted to try live. Best of both worlds. So I'm quickly gonna cut this to the right length, and then we will cut the width. 1 second. I will turn you guys around. But yeah, my dream, hire a full-time editor. Right now, we don't make enough on our videos to do so. Unless the editor's willing to work for free, which I don't know anybody willing to do that. But yeah, full-time editor, I'd pump out videos like crazy. Love doing this. Love it. And I have so many projects, it's insane. Can't keep up. And we haven't even started the renovations, and our channel is called Reno. Anyways, okay. Going loud. Hope the sound quality is okay. I realize it's probably loud, but I hope the sound quality is okay. We've got 9.3 is what we're looking for, and this one should be 9.1. Not quite. There we go. Okay, I don't need this massive track for this. I need the little one. Where did I set it? There it is, back corner. So if I want to cut this one correctly, I'm going to have to go to the other end. Now I don't need this square. I actually need it off of square. So I'm not actually using this. And right about there. The one downside to using these squares, at least for this one, you can't clamp it to the table. So on important cuts where you have to clamp the track, you can't use it. Anyways, going loud. Okay, hopefully this is the last piece. We can start edge banding, put in a handle, and then call her quits. I'll do all the touch-ups and organizing later on. Let's take a look here. And that is, keep in mind this is going to go up a little bit off the floor. So is that one. So yeah, it's perfect. Sweet. All the pieces are cut. I'm going to tidy all this up so I'm not tripping over it anymore. And then we will start edge banding. So I will give you guys a wide angle so you can see what I'm actually doing. But just cleaning up. If you have any questions, just ask. I'll try to keep my eye on chat. Since it's the last cut, I'm going to empty this out one more time. For those of you that are watching, I appreciate it. If you're watching after the live video, I still appreciate it. I get live is not for everybody. It can be kind of boring. The reason why I like live is to get to know the person better. You see the real side of them. I can't edit it. Okay, let's put the track away. I need to blow that off. Sorry, it's going to be loud for a minute or two because I guarantee the compressor is going to go. Okay, sorry about that. Tuck that underneath, that on there, and then you put this one in. Compressor should shut off soon. I apologize. Okay, I have to try and make room in the plywood rack. I love and hate this plywood rack. When you're busy, you tend to just throw things in it, and then they slide down and jam, so you can't get it out again. But it is pretty awesome because you can store a lot. Open up, come on. Oh, there you go. I still can't believe I made that mistake. Oh well. Here, I'll take you guys outside for a little tour, a little sneak peek to anybody who tolerates all this. I'll show you where our fire pit and everything is. Yeah, one sec. I have to get all this. Now, unfortunately, there's a fire ban, so it just keeps piling up. But it does work well. Sorry. There we go. Handful. Oh, something fell. Just built that for the girlfriend. Oh, for Shay. That is our garden area. Did that for Mother's Day for Shay. Didn't build it, I'll just redid it. Stained it. Brought new dirt, all that jazz. But yeah. Anyways, this little sneak peek to our backyard. Bring you guys back. Hope everyone's enjoying. I can't tell how my batteries are doing. I don't know if the mic's still working. It looks like it is. Let's see on here. Alrighty. So, a little bit more tidying up, and then the boring stuff, edge banding. If you don't know how, stick around. It's not the most entertaining, but I will be able to chat the whole time, so that's nice. Found out what fell. I will throw these up here. And be a little bit of a shell and let you know the plans for the outfeed table are available on Etsy, as well as coffee. Some people call it Ko-fi. I'm not sure. I just call it coffee. Yeah. People seem to love this table. I love it, but it's definitely not my favorite build. I like my miter station better, which people don't seem to be that interested in. Yeah. Okay, we can take this off now. I'll have to remove those. off, take the door off as well. I think we'll start with the small pieces after I sweep really quick. Sorry about this, I just don't want to deal with the giant mess. So yeah, there shouldn't be any more super loud noises other than maybe the nailer when it comes time to actually installing it. And I will have chat in front of me so you can chat away. That's if anybody's even watching. If you're not, I get it. Lives may not be the most entertaining thing. And I do want to let you know that we will be releasing a bunch of videos. The upper cabinets, the wall, the bird feeder, the zero clearance. I'm going to be doing my first cutting board here right away. We got all the hardwood for it. Never done a cutting board before. We also have a few tools coming from a company that I will do a review on or make a video for. But yeah, we also have like 10 shorts filmed, but I have not edited. They will be coming out soon, hopefully. However, we are going on vacation for a couple weeks in July, so I'm hoping to have a couple of long forms out before then. My honest plan was to have a short a day for all of June. I don't know if that's going to be possible. Yeah, we'll see. Some of the shorts are not easy because like we did the whole other side of these cabinets as one short. It took 3-4 days to build and you only get a 1-minute video out of it. Okay, here, I'll bring you guys closer since we're all cleaned up. For doing edge banding, you only need a few tools. You need edge band, which in this case is melamine, a nice big roll. You need an iron, and you need something to cut with. So I got the roller. This trims it. Edge trimmer, don't need it in this case. Melamine just breaks. And we need a sander. Ooh. Hopefully I didn't disconnect there. Okay, and a sander. I will be bringing chat over here so I can actually see what's going on. What's a decent camera angle? Do I want to use the clamp to do this? Would be easier. That's okay. We'll go so you guys can see what I'm actually building. This side. There we go. Keep chat right here. I'll be right back. I just need a drink. 1 sec. I'm gonna mute because God knows I hate when people eat and drink on camera. Okay, we're back. So, let's heat up the iron. I never knew I'd do so much ironing in my life. Done a lot of edge banding. Melamine's nice edge band. It works really well. Birch, not so fun. heat up. It heats up pretty quick. I'll need scissors to cut the lengths. And yeah, if you have any questions, just ask. I'll be here. I'll explain how to do it the first time. After that, I'm just going to work away. So, with edge banding, first thing, make sure you get the right kind of edge banding. Melamine with melamine. It could be painted birch, who knows. Just make sure you get the right stuff. You cut it too late. Oh, the other part that matters is the width. If you're doing 3/4, get 3/4 edge banding. It's usually slightly larger because 3/4 is not 3/4. I've never had an issue with it being too small. If you are new, it might be easier going slightly bigger. And with melamine, it's 5/8, not 3/4. So it's even easier to get it right. So get the right length, trim it, simply set it on top. It's on top. This is hot already. I like to make sure it's just a little bit overhang on both sides. Set it down. Then in front of it, I just guide it as I go across. This pass is not the pass that like holds it together. This just slightly sticks it to it. This is definitely not good enough. And then I like to either start from the other end, but it doesn't matter. And then you actually press it on. If you have two people, you'd have someone rolling right behind you. And just go nice, even pressure. You don't want it to burn. I've only had it burn a couple of times. That was because I wasn't paying attention. Just make sure it's very hot behind. I had it turned to max. I've never had a problem with that. Shay likes to have it on a lower temperature. I'm not sure if there's a difference. It probably turns out nicer, I won't lie. Once that's done, grab some kind of flattening. You can use a block, doesn't matter. We use this. I don't even remember what it came with. But yeah, you just roll it onto it so the glue goes into the pores, actually adheres, because the iron just melts it. Yes, you can press, but I don't think it presses hard enough. With melamine, you don't have to trim the edges. You simply press down, it snaps off. See how easy that is? With birch and stuff, you want to use the edge bander or cut it flush. You can buy flush cutters. That part's done. Now, I've used the clamp thing that people have. I hate it. I've had so many problems. I've had to redo edge banding so many times. This is what I like. It's super cheap. It's worked countless times. I've built all of these, the upper cabinets, all with this, and it's still the same side of the blade, still sharp. I don't recommend those clampy things. I don't know. Some people say they love it, but I'm not sure if they care about links, etc. Link in the description. Yeah. In my opinion, use a razor blade. Buy this. I think it was $10 Canadian. So yeah, it's super awesome. It works well. Basically, you just, this rides up against the wood. This cuts the melamine, obviously. And you just go in. And this is easier with clamps, but I don't know why I don't want to do clamps. And you just slide it across. Never had an issue. And then you will need to do the beginning part because it doesn't do it at the very beginning. Done. An easier way to do it, that I do usually, forward, back, and then you go along it. Done. Quick sanding, just to cut off the sharp edges. And edge banded. It's that simple. 20 more to go, maybe even more. I don't know why I put this back in the bag. Okay, I've explained it once. If you have questions, feel free to ask. I'm just gonna work away. Trying to get this done before any batteries die. Cut the ends right now while I have it here. Hardest part to edge band will be the door by far. It's just the biggest piece. And with the hinges in the way, because I'll probably leave them on when I do it. Just save some hassle. Hope everyone's doing well. If you're having a hard time hearing me or anything like that, let me know, because I have no idea how it sounds. I did a live video a long time ago building a little wooden train thing, and I had to delete the video because A, the sound was terrible, and even though the sound was terrible, I was playing non-copyrighted music but still got demonetized for it. So it was a terrible video. It would have been really good if the sound didn't suck and if I wasn't playing music, but yeah, I learned my lesson. So this time I'm wearing a proper mic, but I could not test it. I'm very new to live videos. Ugh, this thing got glued down. Just heat it up and then lift it up. There we go. Bend it back and forth, and pops right off. So if you are watching live, I've already asked this, but it might be different people in chat. What makes you want to watch live? For me, it is getting to know the real person, and it's getting to see the actual processes of doing this. You miss so much with editing. You don't know how long it takes. You don't know the mistakes they make. And there's just things that seem so common sense that you don't talk about or put it in your video. But if you're new, it's not common sense. But you don't think about that when you've been doing it for a while. So it's nice to see it done live, and basically you see every process, all the possible mistakes, everything that it involves. So yeah, basically I'm going to be edge banding for the next hour or two. Hopefully only one. We have 4, 8, 12, 16 more pieces to edge bend. Which isn't that bad considering like that took forever. The other one on the other side was even worse because there was an extra door. Extra 2 doors actually. It's slightly longer on that side. Because there's no door in the way. That one I built past technically the door. I won't lie, I've kind of enjoyed this. I will watch some of this video when it's all done and see how bad the noises are for like the saws and stuff. And if it's not too terrible, I might do some more live builds. Anything to save me from editing. I definitely don't want to do all live. You can hide a lot of mistakes, etc. You're not doing live. Uh-oh, battery's running low. Okay, looks like my phone battery's about to die soon. So what I think I'm gonna have to do then, take a break, say an hour, be back at 1, so an hour, quarter to 1, and then we'll finish up. I might keep edge banding just because this is gonna take forever, and if you've seen it once, you've seen it 100 times. So I think I'm gonna charge everything, keep edge banding. I'll leave a couple, probably the door or something, and then we'll be back. So yeah, we should get this done today. And I was a little worried about battery life, but it's done pretty well. So with that said, I'm gonna shut down the stream. I'm gonna keep working, charge things. I'll be back in roughly an hour. Hour and 15 probably, because I want to take a little bit of a break. All right, thanks for watching, and I will see you in a bit.